Welcome, fitness enthusiasts. Welcome to a fun, playful, and invigorating intermediate yoga workout. I was going to do this anyway this evening. I just wanted to blow off some stress at the end of the day. I've noticed some tightness in my hips and back, so this workout will address those areas. We'll get in lots of lateral flexion and some rotation so we can work out all the kinks and strengthen the muscles of our core, lower body, and shoulders. I hope you enjoy. Welcome. We're gonna come onto the mat facing me, and I want you to bring your feet at least 3 feet apart, toes out. We're gonna begin to squat, coming in deep and pressing up, strong through the feet, being intentional about your breathing, maybe inhaling as you lower and exhaling as you press. I won't micromanage your breathing, just try not to hold the breath and be mindful throughout the practice. We're gonna hold that last squat, place an elbow on the thigh and extend over, stretching through the waist. We'll complete a circle with the arm and repeat on the other side, elbow to thigh, reaching over and completing the circle. Let's do that a couple more times, reaching and stretching, keeping the knees open and the hips strong, grounding through the feet. Good. On this next one, we're going to hold it a little bit longer for a few deep breaths. Strong through the feet, knees open, stretching the lats. And let's go to the other side. Elbow to thigh, reaching long. The shoulder is melting down the back and the neck is relaxed here as we continue to take deep breaths. We're almost there. Very nice. Let's come on up to stand, bringing the feet together, and we'll come to the front of our mat. We're going to inhale, stretch the arms up overhead, and exhale, swan dive forward to the feet. Good. Take a deep breath in and look forward, and then exhale, fold into the legs once more before preparing to step back into a plank position. So we're going to make a long line with the spine, stretching out from the heels through the crown of the head as we prepare for our next move. You're going to come on to one hand and one foot. Leg goes in front, and you're extending over and dropping down in a little sling here. Now I'm not placing all of my weight on the floor, I'm just barely hovering. Again, the top leg is in front of me at about a 90-degree angle. You can adjust that if you feel any tension in the knee. We're gonna do one last time, and I'm gonna give you an intermediate variation where I draw my arm in front of the knee and lower my hip for a deeper stretch. Good. We're going to extend the leg back out and switch sides. So now my right leg is coming in front. I'm stretching my arm up overhead and releasing the hip to a hover. So this is a lateral flexing up and extending down, but feel the stretch as you allow that hip to hover through your left side waist. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, stretching down. And that intermediate variation is to slide the arm across the front shin and hold it there for a breath. Good. We're going to come forward again into a plank position before lowering down into chaturanga strongly and then releasing your belly to the floor. And we're going to prepare for some plank moves and core here. So draw your belly in, coming into plank, holding here, and we're going to ripple through the spine, starting through the shoulders, through your middle, and out through the heels. Now, if you can, I want you to walk your feet up into a very strong turbo dog, as it's sometimes called. I'm not resting on my head. My head is still floating above the mat. My shoulders are pulled down my back, and my core is pulled in very firmly. Extend back out into plank. Nice job. And release your hips to the mat. Good. From here, I'm going to take a moment to prepare for cobra. I'm going to press through my fingertips, draw my shoulders down the back, and lift up, tailbone reaching back, release to the floor, and if you can plant your hands and go into downward facing dog on the tops of the feet. Thighs are lifted, not touching the mat, just hovering. Press back into downward facing dog. Shoulders are wide, and sometimes I just like to kind of breathe and roll through this one, tread through the feet. Take a moment to catch your breath, and then we're going to extend the left leg back in downward dog split. Drawing the knee in, I'm going to make 3 hip circles, knee to navel, and rotating out. Let's do one more. And then you'll be stepping the left foot forward into a lunge, and arms will stretch up overhead. Powerfully press through the back heel. And from here, I'm going to just kind of hover a few times and make sure that my lower back is long and my core is pulled in, still breathing and feeling a beautiful stretch through my right hip flexor here. Good, I'm twisting now toward the front leg. Inhaling, I'm opening my chest, and exhale, come under. Inhale, stretch, open chest to the sky. Exhale, come under that leg. And we're gonna do one more. This time I'm swinging my hand to the left thigh, reaching through the right arm. Inhale here. If you can go back a little further, exhale and do so. We're gonna do a couple more where we reach around and circle. One more time with the right arm, and then we'll draw both arms up. You can hold it there or clasp the hands, making one fist, and extend back. Hold for one breath, and then release the right knee to the floor. Lift the left toes and stretch over into half splits. Fixing my hair clips here. Continue to hold that stretch, and then we're actually going to rotate it toward your outside leg. So one hand is in front of the ankle and one hand is by the hip. And we're just going to breathe into the side waist here. Good. From here, I want you to rotate the back foot and extend the leg that was bent. So you're in kind of a gate pose here, and we're going to go between lateral flexion to the right, circling, and then stretching over that straight leg to the left. Good. Continue to repeat that cycle for 3 on each side. I'm using my core here to slow my descent toward the floor. Imagine that you're trapped between 2 narrow walls to get good posture. Good. We're stepping the right knee back into downward dog splits, and then we're going to repeat on the other side, starting with the hip joint circles, 3 of these, circling twice and 3 times. We're going to step the right foot up between the hands, extend firmly through the back leg, check the posture here, belly pulled in, tailbone melting. And then I'm going to bring the arms up overhead and elongate my spine. Good. In a moment, we'll be rotating, so get ready. Take one more breath. Very good. From here, we'll stretch the left arm forward, and the right arm reaches to the sky. So that left arm is planted on the floor as a firm base, along with our feet, like a tripod, from which we can open and twist. Only opening for a gentle stretch. You don't want to crank on your spine when your hips are stable. Good. From here, press through the thigh. Now the left arm reaches back in that circle. Once, twice, breathing, strong core. And on the 3rd time, the arms come up together, or you can join them behind the back, extending long through the spine. Last breath. And release the knee to the floor. Extend the front leg straight. Bring the toes up and come into half splits. Nice job. From here, we're going to rotate. One hand in front of the ankle and one down by the hips. Really stretching through the left side waist this time. Breathing. I always like to keep a little fluid movement in whatever I'm doing. Good. We're going to get back into that gate pose position and going to turn toward the screen so you can get a better view this time of what I'm doing. Extending fingertips to the floor, top arm rotates in a circle, then I'll reach down my shin, extending the opposite arm and finishing the circle. So in addition to stretching out my waist and my hips, I'm also working the range of motion of my shoulders. Long neck, and breathing is still intentional. Last time, come to the front foot, and we're going to be on all fours here to do an extension from all fours. Bring the right foot back and bring the left hand to meet the top of the right foot. We're going to extend those to the sky. Couple of times. I like to inhale as I extend, and then exhale, relax a little. Good, let's switch sides. The left leg comes up, right arm reaches back to grab the top of the foot, and then we're extending here, long through the waist. And let's do that one more time, reaching the thigh up to the sky, not losing good technique here. Good. We're gonna bring the feet through and rest right down into yogic squat. Take a couple breaths here. Toes are turned out. Sometimes I like to just extend and then nod my head. And from here, we're going to grab the ankles if you can and extend your legs straight, and then alternate between yogic squat and extended legs. You can also place your hands on the feet or on the floor. You want to think about dropping your hips straight down and pressing your hips straight up, rather than just thinking of sinking into the knees. Think about the hips guiding this one. Reaching down and gliding up. Last one, go ahead and come on up to stand strongly. Very nice. You're doing a great job. It's warm in this room with all the lights. Hang in there. The best is yet to come. From here, we're going to open up the hip joints even more. I'm just practicing balance, one foot at a time, and now we're going to go into the move. So pick up the left foot, extend it back behind you so the thighs are crossed. Arms go long as I inhale, and then exhale, grab the top side wrist so you create a beautiful stretch through your side waist all the way through that back foot. Every time I take a breath, I'm going to pulse a little bit, so I'm never just forcing a cranked up move. And let's switch sides. Extending now the left foot, the right foot behind the left. We're going to bring the arms up and then gently grab the top wrist and pulse as you breathe here. Notice if you're tighter on one side than another. And releasing. Very nice job. Coming back to center for a little more hip work. We're going to do some hip joint circles, leading with the knees, and we're just alternating sides here. Hip circle, hip circle, hip circle, hip circle. Find a place to gaze, to keep your balance. Arms can move freely here. And let's do a couple more. Nice job. We're gonna come back to the mat now. Arms go up. Exhale to dive forward over the thighs and release for a moment. Inhale, look out. And exhale, step back into a high plank position once more. Very nice. Release to the floor in chaturanga. Inhale, coming into upward facing dog. thighs and tailbone long. Exhale, scoop the belly in and press to downward facing dog. Shoulders wide. We're gonna get ready for another series here. So extend the right leg out into downward dog split, and then the left leg into downward dog split. Once more with the right, extend and then step the right foot forward into warrior two position. So note the back foot is turned out, heel drops down. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, open so the body is in that warrior two position. And I'm going to draw the back arm in a circle over my head a couple times just to prepare for the next series. So from here, we're going to be alternating between two postures, between reverse warrior down the back thigh, and we're returning to that circular movement with the arms, and then extended side angle here. Good. Keep repeating that. Reverse warrior, circling to extended side angle. You can also do the elbow on the thigh if you can't get fingertips to the floor here. And let's do it once more. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, extended side angle. Now from here, I'm going to transition into triangle pose. So I'm going to adjust my feet a little bit so I can straighten the front leg. Good. From here, I'm going to circle the top arm. I'm a little close to my wall, so you'll probably have more room at home to get a nice circle there. You really want to be firm through the hips and press them open here, like you're trapped between two narrow walls. So everything is nice and lined up. Good. Last one. Now I'm going to do a reverse triangle. So hop your back foot in a little bit, plant your left fingertips down, and open the right side up. Fingertips toward the sky, and then bring it down. Nice job. Feet come together. Inhale, look out, and exhale, fold. Good. From here, we're going to do a hip opening in a standing balance. So extend your left leg up to the sky, and with the opposite arm, grab the top of your foot. On an inhale, extend the thigh. Exhale, come in a little, and inhale once more, extend the thigh. And last time, go ahead and set the foot down. Nice job. We're going to repeat on the other side. Deep breath here. Getting ready for the second side. With your right leg, you're going to press the heel up toward the sky, and now the left hand comes to grasp the top of the foot. Inhale, extending. Exhale, release. A couple more times here. Getting the hip opening from a new angle. Last time. And set the foot down. Inhale, look out. And exhale, fold once more. Very nice. Now we're going to step the right foot back, dropping the heel down so that we're in the warrior two position. Open up the shoulders and chest, and then I'm going to repeat that circular motion with my back hand, my right hand. Good. Remain open. Now we'll alternate between reverse warrior, circling the arm to the front, and then extended side angle. If you can get your fingertips down, shoulder in front of the thigh, that's great. Good. Once more, reaching back, inhaling. Exhaling, circle around, extended side angle. You can also place the elbow on the thigh here if you need to modify. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, reaching back long. Legs are solid. Thighs are open. Last time, holding it here for a moment. Good. Before we go into our triangle pose, extend that leg straight. Good. I have to step back a little so I can do the arm circles. So joining me here, stretching back and around, relieving tension throughout the upper back. One more circle. And bring it back to center. Nice job. From here, we're going to do a little bit of a reverse triangle. So hop the back foot in. Make a cup with the right fingertips on the floor and then open through the left arm. Hips stay stable. You could balance a teacup on your hips as you perform this opening. Nice job. From here, we're going to step forward and come into yogic squat. Rest here for a minute and breathe. I know we're moving quickly. You're doing a great job. We're going to do a strong move for the core next. So place your hands behind you on the floor, fingertips facing in towards you, and we're going to press your body into a tabletop position. From here, we'll drive your hips back through your open arms and then press back up to bridge, extending your legs straight. This is powerful work for the core. Then pressing your chest back open. I like to exhale as I pull my hips through. Inhale as I press open. Keep performing that move, shoulders open, core pulling in and release to the floor. Very nice work here. Good. Take a moment and then press yourself back to the front of your mat. This time, fingertips facing back. We're going to press the hips up as we extend into kind of a half wheel position here. Pressing open and allowing the front line of the body to stretch. Let's do that a couple more times. Even weight through the feet and the hand like a tripod, evenly distributed. Stretching out the front of the hips and the core. Nice job. Release back down, coming into squat for a moment. Good. Come back to the front of your mat and let's release down onto all fours. Extend your left leg strongly behind you and your right arm forward. Pull up firmly through the core and the pelvic floor, and then bring the elbow and knee toward each other and away. For 2, for 3, keep breathing here, 4, and 5. Then we'll hold it out and just the leg will lower and lift. This movement is coming from the hip. 3 more, 2 more. Last one, hold it there. We're gonna draw small circles from the hip as if you're painting the wall behind you. 3, circle 4, circle 5. Change directions, we're not done. Circle 1, hang in there. 2, circle 3, keep breathing. 4, and 5. Good, bring the knee back in, the hand down, and release for a stretch for a moment. Nice work. We'll repeat that all on the other side. So now extend the right leg back, the left arm reaches out, pull up firmly through the core, long through the arms, and elbow to knee for 1, for 2, for 3, 4, and 1 more. Extend out long, firm up, and then lower and lift the back leg. 2, for 3, don't let the back dip down, abs in firm. 4, and 5. Hold the leg long and from the hip circle 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We having fun yet? Other side. 1, 2, 3. Extend long, long, long. 4. Hold the abs in. 5. And release. Nice job. Shake it out for a moment. And then we're going to stretch this through the spine, hands by the hips, extend through the back, hands by the knees, and drive up onto the tops of the feet as you round the spine. Once more, hands by the hips, lengthen the back, hands by the knees, and then roll and fold over. Beautiful work. Good. From here, we're going to step the right foot forward into a deeper lunge. Release the back foot, turn the front toes out slightly, and walk your hands forward for a deep stretch. If you're flexible, you can put the elbows down. I'm feeling a little tight on this side today, so I'm going to keep My arms long as I breathe into that hip. And then I'm going to extend back into half splits. Toe goes up. And really fold yourself over that leg, melting over the side. Reach the arms to the side once more. So one hand is at the hip, one is at the ankle, and stretch through the side waist. Good. Now we're going to switch sides, but to transition there, we'll bring the feet forward and wide and alternate side to side through the hips, doing these little side squats, stretching out the inner thighs. And you can place the fingertips on the floor here, or even put the hands at the ankles if you can. Try to not allow the chest to drop. You want to keep the waist long and the chest lifted. We're almost there. Let's do one more. And then you'll turn to the opposite side. So the left foot is forward and the toes are turned out slightly. So you can walk forward into a deeper hip stretch. These are good moments to note if you have one side that is tighter than the other as you breathe. Take one more breath here. And then we'll start to press back into the half splits. Arms long, spine melting over, extending long through the leg, hips back. And then we'll rotate that stretch. Hands come to the outside of the front foot. Feeling that work through the right side waist and the lats. And then we'll come back to that first side with the right foot forward. The right toes are turned out slightly here. We're going to deepen this stretch if you can. This is an intermediate move. I'm going to place my left hand firmly on the floor, extend my right arm back, and catch the top of my back foot. From here, I'll inhale and press the foot into my hand, opening the chest. Exhale, reach down, stretching the thigh. Inhale, open. And exhale, stretch in a relaxed manner. You're not cranking on the foot or the knee. Once more, inhale, opening. And exhale, deepen the stretch. And then we'll repeat that on the other side. Extending back, going back to the first pattern that we did. But this time I've got my hands up for a little more of a balance challenge, hip to hip. And you can just do whatever you would like with your hands, whatever creativity you're feeling at that moment. And then we'll finish by ending up with the left foot forward, drop the right knee down, turning the toes out. And once again, we'll plant the right hand, extend the left hand back and catch the top of the right foot. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach down, increasing the stretch through the thigh. Open and release down without pressure or strain. Opening, pressing the foot and releasing it down. Nice job. You can release the back foot. And we're gonna come back to center, feet wide, toes forward. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, fold down between the legs. You can reach your hands back between or even behind the legs here. I like to clasp my hands, making one fist, and then I release down, allowing gravity to open my shoulders and chest here. Take a couple deep breaths here. Stretching through the shoulders, stretching through the hips and the hamstrings, and then inhale, come back up to stand. We're going to come back to the front of the mat, and from here, do some final stretches. Arms go up, and swan dive back down to the floor. Inhale, looking out, and then exhale, step back into plank once more and release all the way to the floor. From here, you can release the hips before grasping the tops of the feet. Inhale, press the feet firmly into the hands to raise the chest. Take a couple breaths here, pressing the feet into the hands, opening the chest in bow pose, and then exhale, set everything down and release for a moment. Very nice. We're gonna move into our pigeon stretches here for the hips. So I'm gonna start by bringing my left foot forward and across my body, dropping the knee and the shin, and extending the right leg back. Hands will go by my hips as I extend upward before finally melting to the floor. Release your forehead to the floor here if you can, or place your head on top of your hands. And take about 5 deep breaths. Let the hips get really heavy here. I like to imagine a heavy sack of sand is resting over my hips to really get my lower back to calm down. Take one more breath, and then we're slowly going to rise up. I'm going to have you bring your right elbow across in line with the front of your left knee and make a fist. Place the top hand on the fist and use it to rotate gently up toward the ceiling. I like to use each breath to get a little more rotation. And then you'll release the shoulder down to the floor and reach behind your back to clasp the hands. If you can't do this, it's okay. Just do what you can without strain and without holding your breath. In the final pose, we'll extend the left arm and grab the top of the right foot. So we're getting a shoulder and hip opening here. Take one more deep breath and then release the back foot. Hands come back down and back to the hips as we extend long. Very nice. Swing the right leg over, and we're gonna do the twisted sage pose. The left elbow comes in front of the right thigh. Right fingertips down, and then we open, not cranking through the back, but just allowing the rotation to happen with our breath. Being gentle with yourself and playful. Now we're gonna switch sides. So pigeon with the right leg leading, left extends back. First, I like to place my hands by the hips and extend through the spine before coming down into full relaxation. About 5 breaths here, just allowing your hips to get heavy into the floor and your shoulders to release. Take one more deep breath here. And then we'll move into the rotation. Very nice. So come up. Your left elbow will come in line with your right knee. Place it down firmly and make a fist. Place the right hand on top of the fist to press into a gentle rotation, not cranking too hard, just allowing it to happen with the breath. Drop the shoulder and place the left hand behind the back. If you can, without pressure, you can bring those hands together and clasp behind the back. I'm a little tighter on this side, as you can see. When you're ready, you can drop the right hand down to reach for the top of the left foot. Good. My hips rise slightly here because there's some tightness in the back and the hip flexors. That's something you can notice as you're stretching and breathing, and it's great to see how you'll improve each time. Good, come on up, hands by the hips, and breathing and opening through the chest. Let's go ahead and swing the left foot around the right knee, bring the right elbow to the outside of the knee, and then open in that twisted pose. Really breathing here, letting the chest open and the spine get a gentle rotation. Also a great stretch for the outside of the hip. Finally, release and extend the legs long in front of you. Move the flesh away from the buttocks so you can stretch deeply, arms overhead. And exhale, fold over your legs. Final stretch here. No tension in the tops of the feet. Just release everything. Tailbone toward the floor. Continue to breathe, filling your back. Exhaling all the air out. And then you can slowly come up to sit, facing forward, crisscross the legs here. And take a couple of deep breaths. I hope you enjoyed that workout. Let me know what you thought in the comments below or what you'd like to see next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you get annoyed every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.